What's up, y'all? Good afternoon, everybody. Hey. Abby said Urkel. Yes, honey. Urkel selling weed, honey. Little baby Regina. Hey, boo. What's up, star? Hey, C Golden. Danny. Hey, try, please check. Oh, thank you, boo. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Mimi. Brandon. Royalty Forever. Hey, baby. What's up, y'all? How is everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great hump day. So, first of all, before I forget, do not forget to join me. Hey, Natalia. What's up, Auntie? Do not forget to join me this evening over on It's Me D's spot. We're going to be doing our live conversation and reaction to The Masked Singer. We have a good time over there. We laugh, we joke, we guess, we come up, with these guesses of who these people are behind these masks. So we have a good time. So y'all join me over there. We're going to drop the link before we get out of here so you guys can head on over when we're done over here. Nicole, Alikala, how you guys doing? Everybody coming in, come on in. I had another announcement to make, and I forgot just that quick. I guess I'll remember at some point. I had another announcement to make. Oh, thank you, Belize. Listen, Belize always hit me up. I don't see it before I get out of here. So Belize sent me a Cash App yesterday. So thank you so much. Mwah! I appreciate you so much, Belize. I saw it after the fact, and she said something smart with it. I don't remember what she said, but of course it's Belize, and it is in Belize style. Hey Nico, how you doing, baby? So thank you again, everybody. I appreciate the love tokens when they come through. It is much appreciated. So thank you for that. Y'all, I just had me, when I say I just had me a good old nap, I just had me a good old nap. I guess I be sleepy and don't know it. Because when I say, oh, thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you so much for the love token. Y'all know we don't get many tips on this side. If we ain't cussing people out, I appreciate when they come through. Aaron came by to pick up some vendor products. Oh, how was Miss Aaron doing? I remember Aaron. I do remember Aaron. How was she doing? Oh, I need some Bennett products, Miss Danny. Now I'm gonna send you my address, and you tell me what I owe you. I want some. I don't care what you put in the box. Just send me a cute little box. Just send me a cute little box that I can unbox over here. I'm gonna send you my address, and you invoice me what it's gonna cost. Cause listen, y'all. Danny is very, very creative. I've said this before. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but Danny is very, very creative. Danny is, my little sister in real life, little sister. Like I know her. I've known her for the last damn near 30 years. And very creative, and she's been working on some great products. I told her once she perfects some things, we're gonna work on a project together, and the next round of merch might be coming from her workshop. So we are definitely gonna be putting some stuff together. But she's been doing a lot of great and creative things with mugs and tumblers and t-shirts and stuff like that. So I can't wait. To see what I get. Am I going to review The Circle? When does this start? Well, when does it start streaming? And how is that done? Is it the whole season at one time? Is it 2 episodes at a time? What's going on with that? What's going on with that? Hey, Amir, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while, babes. How are you? I did see that, Natalia. Now, because I don't watch The Bachelor, I really don't. I mean, I don't know him. Like, I wouldn't have like a connection to like his season or anything like that. But I did see where a former bachelor came out the closet, Hunty. I saw that when he came out the closet, Hunty. And all that on the show for nothing. So that was a game he played. Well, I didn't see him on the show. Now, I don't know why you would agree to go on a dating show with a woman if you were questioning your sexuality. So, I mean, other than fame, money, whatever, but I do feel like and this is my opinion, I do feel like there's something ethically questionable about that you would go on a show that's all about trying to find your wife if you were questioning whether you wanted a wife. Now, maybe he's bisexual, but even with that, I feel like that's something people should have known. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see the show, so I don't know if there was some clues. I don't know. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Would y'all watch a gay bachelor? Like if it was like, if they did like a season of a woman looking for a wife or a man looking for a husband, would y'all do that? Allergy season got you. Maybe that's why I was so sleepy today, but I don't know. It rained all day today. But child. Would y'all be open? I wouldn't. He was also he was a virgin? Oh. So maybe he was working through some things, and everybody comes to realizations at different times. Maybe he was really struggling with it. I don't know, child. I don't know. Maybe that's what was going on. But I've never watched The Bachelor, so I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I understand. I know the premise of the show clearly. I mean, I can get that from commercials and stuff, but I don't know anything about the show as far as like, his season and what he was looking like on his season and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't think I looked at a dating show since Flavor of Love, child. I don't know. He was clearly struggling. The biggest clue was that he was a 26-year-old virgin and play NFL. Him playing in the NFL was a clue? Not wait, Scooter called me. What happened? The former bachelor came out as homosexual today, and so we just talking about that. Yeah, I would. Logo had a show where a guy chose a guy for a few years ago, but it only lasted a season. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that it was on Logo a few years ago. Now, Logo is not as LGBTQ as it used to be, as far as I'm concerned, as far as its original programming. But I could definitely see a show like that being on Logo. I think now something like that would be more accepted, is the word I guess I want to use. I could see it on like a streaming service. Like, I don't know if network TV is ready for it, but I could see something like a Netflix or a Hulu doing something like that. I don't know. Again, I don't know if the major networks are open to this. Okay. Oh, it's okay. You said I'm not tapping no P, and he played in the NFL. Oh, you're saying so the fact that he played in the NFL and was still a virgin was a clue. Oh, I see. Okay, because I was trying to figure out what in the world. Child, no, not the black one, child, not the black one. Child. Hey, so Jeff, what's up, boo? Hey, Daenerys, how you doing, babes? The woman he selected had to file a restraining order against him for stalking. How you stalking? Oh my goodness. Abby, what they talking about in the group chat? Am I missing something? I'm missing a conversation I need to be in on. I don't even think Logo had you. That's a good question, so Jeff. And I don't even think Logo has original programming anymore. And I think it is absolutely a shame as somebody who enjoyed a lot of the programming on Logo, because it sort of gave me, I'm not gonna say an education because but it opened me up. I remember watching Noah's Ark. I've been watching RuPaul Drag Race since season 1. I remember season 1 on Logo. I still remember some of the queens from season 1 on Logo. You know what I mean? I remember there was this other show on there I used to watch. I can't remember now, but it was something else. Now I know like 2 years ago they did a Fire Island like reality show where they had a bunch of guys in a house on Fire Island for the summer. And even in that, I mean, it was a reality show, and of course it was messy, and they were trying to stir up, a lot of mess. But even in that, you got a lot of history about Fire Island. Like they talked about the history of Fire Island and all of that good stuff in the midst of the drama. And so I feel like we're losing something, by and I don't know if it was new ownership. Because I didn't follow it that closely. I don't know why it flipped like that. I knew from the scene on The Bachelor that he was gay. See, Miss Toby said, listen, I knew. I knew. It's like Viacom bought these channels as like easy commercial. I feel like there's a part of me that almost feels like Viacom bought these stations just to ruin them. I wouldn't be okay. Let me explain what I mean. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that Viacom was owned, like somewhere in the depths of the owners of Viacom, that there was some anti-LGBTQ, stuff going on. We know Viacom bought BET and took away. Now, BET, in my opinion, and this is coming from a Black person, okay, BET left a lot to be desired in some of its programming early on. No, not early on, middle on. Because early on, they had a lot of good stuff. BET used to have the HBCU football games. So just like on Saturdays, you could look at the major networks and see, the white football teams, the big college football teams. You could go over to BET and you could see the Grambling States and the Southerns and the A&Ts. Like you could see the HBCU football teams. And of course the halftime shows, honey. Of course the halftime shows. Then of course we know they had Video Soul and stuff like that, but they also had like BET News, they had Teen Summit. Like there was a lot of great programming on BET in the early years. Then it started sort of getting a little lackluster. And then that's when Viacom bought it. And I felt like it's sort of just, I don't know, like it was almost like they didn't want any competition for MTV. So they bought it out and then it was like, boom. But then they took all of the stuff off of MTV. So, well, no, I take that back. Then MTV, they got rid of all the damn music. It's just all TV shows. I'm like, it is literally called music television. And we are looking at Teen Mom. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Right. With Byron Island. Exactly. Right. The halftime shows. Love Teen Summer. Yeah. Hey, Amber. How you doing, baby? Hey, peace, love. Oh, thank you, boo. Mwah. Girl, this my go-to, honey. This is my Juvia's. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. This is my go-to. I love a purple lip. Okay. Well, y'all know I love me having a lip altogether, but I love me a purple lip, honey. And especially when I'm wearing dark colors. I always like to wear a dark lip when I got on my dark colors, honey. I have on my t-shirt. I vibe with Queens t-shirt, honey. I only vibe with Queens t-shirt, I should say. Yes, hunty. The A-list of New York was good. What channel was that on? What channel was that on, Natalia? Because I don't remember that one. Was that LGBT? Or was that Logo, or was that BET? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I used to not watch BET. Oh, I love Juvia's Place. Listen, Abby got me addicted to Juvia's Place. Peace, love. I have the foundation. I probably got about 20 eyeshadow palettes. I have highlighter. Child, I love me some Juvia's Place, honey. Hey, Complex. Viacom owns all of the networks, even right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, because I remember when Viacom bought BET, and I was like, well, there's that. Because I remember when it happened. And that's why, I definitely support TV One. I'm a big supporter of Kathy Hughes, even though me and Kathy Hughes had a little moment when I was in high school, hunty. I was mad at Kathy Hughes when I was in high school because she took off, Kathy Hughes started here in DC. She had a small radio station in DC. If y'all watched the Wendy Williams show, you saw Kathy. They talked about Kathy Hughes because I didn't remember Wendy Williams from DC. I didn't remember her being in DC, but she worked for Kathy Hughes radio station. And Kathy Hughes started off with a small AM radio station here in DC. WOL 1450 AM. I remember that, child. And she used to have a go-go show. Well, it wasn't a go-go show. It was a countdown show, and it would come on every night at like 10:30, I think, something like that. But it would count down the top 10 like rap songs. It was a rap show. Conan. The DJ's name was Conan. And back then, they didn't play rap on mainstream radio down here in DC. You weren't going to hear no Run DMC. You wasn't going to hear no Beastie Boys, Eric B. and Wright. You weren't going to hear none of that. The only place we could hear, we weren't going to hear Salt and Pepper and Heavy D and LF. We weren't going to hear that on regular radio down here. The only way we could hear it was on 1450 AM, Conan's Top 10 Countdown. And he would also play go-go. And if you know anything about DC, you already know about the go-go. I don't even need to get into all of that. She canceled his show. Oh, I was so mad at her. And this how I let you know to stop running, that you always need to know what company you are in when you are running your mouth, right? So in high school, one of my good friends in high school, we weren't best friends, but she was one of my crew. You know, we rode together, we hung out, we had classes together, and we were in a couple of clubs together. We were real cool. And I remember one day I was going off. I remember going off about Kathy Hughes, how I ain't like her. She pissed me off because she canceled Conan. And I was mad, right? So I remember my girl never said nothing. She never said nothing. She didn't join in. She didn't say nothing. So like a couple of months later, probably was like towards the end of the school year, and I was probably like, what you doing for the summer? You know, we were having that whole what you doing for the summer conversation. And she was like, oh, I'm going to be interning with my aunt. I was like, oh, that's cool. You're going to be interning with your aunt? I said, what you going to be doing? And she was like, mm-mm. I said, what you mean, mm-mm? She said, you don't like my aunt. I said, I don't even know your aunt. What you mean I don't like your aunt? Girl, she told me her aunt was Kathy Hughes. I said, but listen, I was just mad that she canceled my show. I don't know her. I said, boy, you better make sure you know who you talking to before you start running your mouth, girl. But you know what? I give her credit. She never stopped talking to me. It didn't affect our friendship. She just understood how I felt about it, and she kept it moving. Like I didn't call Kathy Hughes. Did I call her out her name? I might have called her a bitch. I don't know. But I just remember, hey, Kwame, but I just hate Cams. Cams is, you know what I'm talking about, Cams. Kathy Hughes, 1450 WOL, you know what I'm talking about. But I just remember being mad because I was like, there was no other place that we could get hip-hop like that, well, rap like that. But child, yeah, I had to learn the hard way, honey. You better be careful. You better know your surroundings at all times. Right, and she said, I would never forget that because she said, I said, what you mean, where you gonna be working this summer? She said, you don't like her. I don't even know your aunt. What you mean I don't like her? Then in my mind, I was thinking, damn, I done messed up. I could have got a job. Then I was like, I could have got me a job. Yeah. But it was cool though. But I appreciate how she handled it though, because she ain't never come for me. She ain't stopped speaking to me. She ain't stopped being my friend. She was just like, But anyway, how we get all the way off on that? We don't never be on topic around here. We went left. Let's come back here. Let's come back to the middle, child. We don't went left. Let's come back to the middle. Let's do a couple of updates and then we're gonna get into some fun stuff because y'all know I ain't. So they done charged the bitch with second-degree manslaughter. I'm not impressed. Because y'all know, like I know, they did it to stop the rioting. They did it to stop, for the black people tearing up Minnesota, okay? They only charged her to pacify us. And when we not looking, when we ain't paying attention, they're going to quietly drop the charges and hope that don't nobody notice. That's all that is. That's all that is. Okay, we're going to get to the Urkel weed as soon as I get this other stuff, this bullshit out the way, child. So please don't be fooled. Please do not, don't be hypnotized into thinking, oh my gosh, they done arrested this woman. No, I mean, yeah, they arrested her and all that good stuff, but y'all already know, because you know why? Because the guy that the police officer that killed that shot Jacob Blake in the back and paralyzed him for the rest of his life, guess what? He back on the job, and there will be no further pending investigation or any disciplinary action. He back on the job. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm talking about here? So when we not paying attention and we look to the left a little bit, oh, that wasn't my left. That was y'all's left, but y'all know what I'm saying. But when we not paying attention no more, boom, boom, boom. Hey, Quintessential, what's up, baby? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know why Abby ready for the weed story. Abby don't even smoke no weed. Right. And so that's why we gotta stop. Yeah, I love Unsung, and I like Uncensored too, but I love Unsung. Yeah, so that's why I'm not celebrating the fact that this woman was found guilty. I'm not celebrating it. I mean, was arrested and charged. I'm not celebrating it. Like I said the other day, the only thing that is going to stop these things from happening is if there is consequences and make people think twice about the bullshit. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. It's the Urkel part. I think that was the update, child. I think that was the update. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Urkel selling weed. All right, let's go and talk about Urkel selling weed. So, Eve Urkel's alter ego, Jaleel White, has launched. Hold on, let me get to the headline. Let me get to it. Actor Jaleel White launches Purple Urkel cannabis brand. Okay. The actor Jaleel White, famous for his role in Steve Urkel as Steve Urkel on Family Matters, is entering the cannabis industry through a partnership with 710 Labs. White's new cannabis line cannabis line called It's Purple features variants of the popular cannabis strain Purple Urkel. It is set to launch on April 20th, 420, 2021. The brand will be on dispensary shelves in California to start, potentially growing to more marketplaces in the future. So, listen, I ain't mad. I'm telling y'all, let me tell y'all what y'all need to do. Y'all need to find a way to get into the cannabis business. The stock that I've been buying up for the last year, the majority of the stock that I've been buying stock in cannabis companies. Now, I'm no millionaire by any stretch of the imagination, because I ain't buying thousands of shares of the stock. Okay, let's be clear. But all of the cannabis stock that I have purchased over the last year has gone up. None of it has gone down. It has all gone up. I'm telling y'all. And if you do have the kind of money and the connections or whatever, y'all better go on and get y'all involved in a dispensary or get into some partnership. I was looking for some people 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I was talking to somebody, and we were thinking about going into doing an edible business. I wasn't gonna do. I was just gonna be an investor. Y'all know I ain't cooking nothing. I was gonna be an investor, and so, but I'm telling y'all, because it is becoming legal, so many places, and it's so many opportunities now. In a lot of areas, the big money, they've iced us out of. But there's small ways that you can get your little 2 cents in. Exactly. Little baby, you want to buy stock in Mary Jane but don't know how to? Girl, Robinhood. Go to Robinhood, go to what's that other place you can buy stock through Cash App. what you need to do is just get the name of the stock of the different companies. But it's Robinhood, and what's the other one, y'all? You can buy, like I said, I know you can buy stock. I haven't bought any stock through Cash App, but I know you can. And it's another company. It's another online company. But listen, I'm telling y'all now. I've bought some other stock too, but I bought the majority over the last year. The majority of the stock I bought has been in cannabis. Stash App, okay, yeah, I think Stash App as well. Yeah. Now, as far as investing in a dispensary, I'm not sure how to get in. How to get into that. I'm not sure how to get into that. Acorn, that's the one I was looking for. Acorn, thank you, Acorn. Motley Fool. Okay, yeah, see, look at this. Yep. And of course all of the PJ Morgans and the what's the other one? Chase, Charles Schwartz, and of course you got all of that. You know what I'm saying? You have your tried and true TD Ameritrade. Yeah, look at the chat, y'all. Look at the chat, and I'm gonna tell you what I do. I just take I put it in my budget just like I put a bill in my budget. I just take money and put money aside, and every payday I buy some stock. I mean, it ain't hundreds of thousands of dollars every payday, but it adds up. It adds up. Hey, KFS, how you doing? Fidelity. Right. So listen, look at the chat, y'all. It's all kinds of stuff in the chat. Y'all go through the chat. Because I'm telling you, it's really easy. Hey, Ella. How you doing, baby? It's very easy. It's very easy. And you don't have to be an expert. I mean, there are plenty of things out there that you can, learn and all of that, but you don't have to necessarily be an expert. But you Google it, you look at the company, you kind of see what's going on, and again, do what you can afford. If you can only afford $20 a payday, because that's how I started. I was told start with penny stock. I started buying stock under $5, and and then I, from there I sort of started increasing what I would do every payday. But yeah, honey. Now I'm still learning Bitcoin, and I see that there are people making a lot of money in Bitcoin. And what's the other one? Bitcoin and what's the one that starts? Does it start with Z? What is it? It's something else that a lot of people are trading in now. I'm not very familiar. Hey, Yana. Hey, Miss Bowen, how you doing? I'm not very familiar. I'm still kind of doing my research on that, and I might end up missing the boat on Bitcoin because I'm just I understand it, but I don't understand it. If that makes any sense. Forex, that's it. So Jeff, Forex. Now that's another one I'm starting to hear a lot about. And I actually think I'm gonna try to find a class. A friend of mine from high school, she does those classes and stuff, and so I think I might sign up for one of her classes if it's not ridiculously expensive, so that maybe I can just get a better understanding, because I just don't really understand it. And my thing is, if I can't wrap my brain around it, I'm a little hesitant about putting my money in it, because I ain't got no whole lot of money to be wasting. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I feel like if I can go out here and, buy my name brand shit, y'all know I'm a label whore. Y'all know I like my labels. If I can go out here and spend the money that I spend on my bags and my shoes and all of that, I could put aside a few, every payday, put aside some money to do some other stuff. And like I said, all of the stock that I have bought, and that I've invested in cannabis companies have gone up. And I mean, like, significantly gone up. Like, I bought one stock, it was less than $5 when I bought it. It's $60-something a share now. Now, again, I don't own thousands of shares of it, but I made money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jaded. Mwah. Be sure to invest based on your risk tolerance. If you don't want to lose money, Bitcoin and Forex are more prone to fluctuations. Okay, that's good to know. Cops broke a 74-year-old grandmother in Oklahoma. What? What do you mean broke her? What they do to the grandma? Tracy, I think you missed a word there because I want to know what you're talking about. Right. When I bought it, I wish I had like at the time, you figure it was less than $5 a share. I could have bought $100 worth of it. I mean, I bought more than one share, but I damn sure ain't about $100 worth. I should have though, child. You should have. Anyway, there used to be a class at CSM in Waldorf, but I have not seen it advertised since COVID. Oh, where's CSM in Waldorf, Diamond Pearl? I'm in that area. It ain't no thing for me to go to Waldorf. I be at Waldorf all the time, child. Right. I wish I had bought stock in AMC too, child. Oh, they broke her arm. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm sorry to see that. If I can lose money on Lotto, I most definitely can risk some on stock. Yeah, that's how I started looking at it, you guys. I wish I had started 30 years ago, but I didn't, young and dumb. I wish, and then, we're always taught that that's not for us. Like when I say on a general scale, I can't speak for each person in this room, but generally speaking, we grew up, nobody talked to us about the stock market. Nobody tried to explain stocks to us. That wasn't something that they taught us. Even in school, it wasn't really stressed. Again, I'm talking generalization. I don't know everybody in here personal home life, but generally speaking, that's not something that was taught to us. And so we had to sort of kind of figure it out and work our way through. And it wasn't until I started having these types of conversation, these grown folk conversation with my friends that we were like, you know what? Why aren't we? Why can't we? And again, I'm not saying that in La Plata, the college is okay. I'm about to check that out, Diamond. If you hear about it, let me know. I've never been down there. It's College of Southern. Yeah, I ain't know nothing about it, y'all. Y'all teaching me something new. I know I go to La Plata to get my crabs. I know that. I know that's where I be going to get my crabs, hunty. So if I can drive to La Plata to get crabs, I can drive to La Plata to learn something. Okay. Right. And here's the thing. We do have financial literacy in school, but I know it's a chapter. It's a unit. It's not a class. Like, it's not a whole class about financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we need. We need a whole class on financial literacy. A saving, stocks, bonds, long-term investments, short-term investments. You know what I mean? We need to do all of that. I had a teacher in high school try to teach us stocks and they got rid of her. See what I'm saying? I did see that Bernie Madoff passed away. I absolutely did. Forex seems like a scam to me, always in my DMs and follow me, but never see regular stock people hitting me up. Something is odd about Forex. Yeah, that's why I said I would definitely need to do some research before I definitely would need to do that. Financial literacy is more important than algebra, child. Listen. But yeah. Now, Peace Love was in here earlier. I know Peace Love does stuff on her channel on Saturday evenings about investing, Black business and investments and stuff like that. Peace Love, if you're still in the bushes, drop down. And tell us what you talk about on Saturdays over on your channel. About investing in small business. She's a business owner, Black woman business owner, and she speaks on it. Right. See, Danny said the same thing. There are a lot of scammers. Yeah, I think there are people that are scamming. I don't know if Forex as a whole is a scam, but there are a lot of people that are scamming. Can I get a new logo? I've been a member too long to have the same one. I do need to update my logos, though. I need to update my emojis and my logos. I'm gonna have to take one Saturday and do it because I do need to update. Because I wanted to do some new emojis, but I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think of anything new. I'm gonna have to come up with some new emojis though. But ain't nobody doing that with you, Markel. Don't make me do. Don't make me. Peace, love. Okay, so Peace Love is a YouTuber over here, and right here I talk about building your business, marketing, and branding. So I don't know, y'all go check her out. Danny, one of my mods, can y'all drop her link? It's just, you look on YouTube and look under Peace Love. Can y'all drop her link? Because again, it's, you know, when you start getting into networking and stuff, and sometimes I'm gonna be honest with y'all, sometimes it's about having the conversations with the right people. And there's no disrespect to our friends, there's no disrespect, but like one of my best friends, she's the one that got me into doing stocks, because these are the conversations that me and her would have. Yes, we gossip. Yes, we talk about the bullshit. Yes, we laugh and joke and do stupid stuff, but we also have really good conversations about business and growing our wealth and making our money work for us. You know what I'm saying? And so I find that when you are in those circles and you have those conversations, it sort of makes you be like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Oh, were you doing that? And when you see somebody that's like you, that's not a billionaire or that didn't grow up rich, that's doing these kinds of things, invested in the stock market and making decent money and that kind of stuff, you'll be like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? I know that's what it was for me, because I ain't never think about buying no stock until me, her, and her husband, we were sitting around talking, and they was like, yeah, we just went down to Charles Schwab and opened up a brokerage account. I was like, y'all did. You know, in my mind, I was like, oh, big money. And they was like, okay, no, it really wasn't that serious. Now, granted, they do make more money than me. Like, they are in a bigger, a better tax bracket than me, but not like that. Like, they ain't millionaires. You know what I'm saying? They need their paycheck like I need my paycheck. It ain't like they ain't living off the interest and no money. But having those conversations made me be like, okay, well, I mean, I can do that. Like, I can afford that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I can do that. $20 a payday? $50 a payday? Hell, I blow that at the 7-Eleven. I get paid on Friday. I done spent $20 out my paycheck before I got out the bed good. You know what I'm saying? By the time you go to 7-Eleven and get you a coffee and a few odds and ends, you didn't already. Anyway, y'all, we done see how we just be on other stuff. Anyway, let me get back to this. So yes, honey, Steve Urkel is selling the cannabis, honey. He is selling the weed, okay? He is selling the weed, okay? All right, listen, y'all. American restaurants face ketchup packet shortage amid pandemic. Explain to me how the pandemic is connected to me getting ketchup on my fries. And this raises a few questions for me right now. The pandemic been going on for a year, okay? Over a year and a couple of months at this point. So are you telling me that restaurants are just running out of ketchup packets that's been sitting in a warehouse for a year and now there's a shortage? Or are they just figuring out something new that happened in the last couple of months that has caused a shortage? Those are the questions that I have. And now it make you second guess all those times that y'all took 20 packets of ketchup and used 2. Now you mad that it ain't gonna be no ketchup. All the times I took them 20 packets and you ain't really need 20 packets of ketchup. Now you mad. Farming shortage, plastic shortage. Because McDonald's put 8 packets in my bag and I throw them all away. All the takeout delivery orders. I tell you, heavy on the DoorDash and the Uber Eats. High demand, low supply. They're gonna start. You're right. They're gonna start charging. That's what they setting it up for. Y'all know that's what they setting up, right? They building up to. They about to start charging us for the damn ketchup. That's what that is. That's what they building it up to. Remember when they started charging for the dipping sauce at the McDonald's for the McNuggets? Y'all remember that? That was when I was younger, so it wasn't like it just happened last week. But I remember when they started. I said, "How the hell you gonna charge for it?" Remember when they started charging extra for the dipping? You want the extra dipping sauce? Now it's just normal. But I remember when they first started charging. I said, "It's a scheme. Make it make sense how y'all out of ketchup. Well, they didn't say they out of ketchup. They talking about the ketchup packets. So again, is it a plastic shortage? I'm just saying. I saw that. I said, how the hell? How we got a package? Child. All right, y'all. Y'all want a serious topic, and then let's go back to some silly topics. Let me sandwich this in. This is a serious topic, and then we're gonna sandwich in last couple of topics are kind of are silly. Okay. And mods, can y'all drop Isme D's the link to his channel? Because don't forget, we're gonna be over at Isme D's place in about an hour. DMV, where were you? I had a whole DC conversation. When I be talking about my DC stuff, I need my DC people in the room. I had a whole conversation about Kathy Hughes and WOL 1450 AM radio and all of that. Now, you're a little bit younger than me, DMV, so you don't remember everything I remember about back in the day, listening to it, you know, having to listen to my radio like this at night and listening to the top 10 countdown. But you know what I'm talking about when you start talking about Kathy Hughes 1450 AM radio. The ketchup sitting in the warehouse next to the boxes of Lysol. You know what? They probably are. They are probably sitting right next to that damn Lysol. You right. You are right. All right, Texas. Where my Texas people? Where are the... Uh-oh. Why my phone not charging? Oh, shit. Why is my phone not charging? Oh, boy. Hold on, y'all. Because my phone about to die, and I don't know why it's not charging. Why is my phone not charging? Oh, shit. Why is it not? Okay, I have to deal with that later. I don't know why my phone not charging. Okay, y'all ain't gonna be too happy after I read this, because you know it's always some Texas and Florida. It's always some shenanigans going down. Proposed Texas Senate bill could redefine parents allowing minors to undergo gender transitioning or gender reassignment surgery as child abuse. Parents would face felony charges. Now, here's what I'm going to say about that. I need to know the language of what they're defining as gender transitioning. Now, I know what gender reassignment is. I got that part. But gender transitioning, because does that include hormones? Are we talking about, this is Texas, and we know how petty Texas can be. There could be something under there as simple as laser hair removal for men or for young men. Laser hair removal could fall under the quote, the definition of gender transitioning. And so again, gender reassignment to me is a little different. I don't know how I feel about parents allowing their children to make that permanent of a decision under the age of 18. I feel the same way about parents allowing their children to have breast implants, nose jobs, and everything else. I feel like your body still is not done developing and growing, and you're making permanent decisions. However, something like allowing your child, to let their hair grow out or wear wigs or wear makeup. Something like I said, hair removal, laser hair removal, or hormone injections, like that kind of stuff. I need to see the definition of, because we potentially are going to start arresting parents and throwing parents in jail for those types of things. That I got a problem with. That I have a major, major problem with. Now, here's the other side, y'all. We have so many other parents that are being abusive to their children. Do we really have time? Like, is this what we really we're going to waste the resources on that when we got a parent whooping their child's ass every night when they get home from school, or starving their child, or molesting their child? We can't find them. We can't put them in jail. But we're going to put these parents in jail that are trying to help their child not be out here on the streets and being suicidal and all that other stuff. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Now, the good news is that it's only a bill. It's not become law. So all my Texas people, I need y'all to go do the research, find out what the name of that bill is. Y'all need to link up with some LGBTQIA organizations down in the state of Texas and help make sure that the bill don't get passed. Okay. If you agree, if you disagree, now I ain't judging nobody's opinions. If you agree with it, then I ain't talking to you. Okay. I'm talking to the people that disagree. Y'all need to go out here. Y'all need to find out who y'all can link up with. I mean, even if it's just answering the phones. Okay. And y'all need it, because it's not a bill yet. It's not a bill yet. It is just a proposed bill. So exactly, Diamond Pearl, make it make sense. We have parents out here that are trying to do the best they can to help their children. Now, here's the problem. The flip side is, what is it that you want parents to do? If your child comes to you and says, Mom, I'm in the wrong body. I was born a boy, but I am a girl. I feel like a girl. I want to be a girl. Like, what do you propose parents do with that? Reject their children, put them out on the street, and now you're dealing with, a teen out here on the street, being homeless, walking the streets, like all the other things that we know come along with that. How do we deal with that? So now we have a child who's being forced to not be their authentic self and not live in their truth, and now they are suicidal, and we're dealing with that. Like, what do you propose for parents to do? I would much rather y'all take the money that y'all are getting ready to put into this bill and into those resources, and let's create some help for parents to help their children, for themselves and for their child, go through this process and figure it out. Figure out what the best course of action is for their child. Figure out, a lot of people were criticizing Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. And I have my thoughts about certain things as well. I'm not going to lie, I did. But I never criticized the fact that they were there for their child, they listened to their child, and they support their child. Never criticized that. Now, I don't know how I felt about a 12-year-old with acrylic nails, but I would feel the same way about a 12-year-old girl with acrylic nails. See, for me, it's not about, this is a transgender child with acrylic nails. I would have a problem with my 12-year-old daughter, period, getting acrylic nails. Now, that's just me, as somebody who wears acrylic nails. And I've had acrylic nails since high school. But my mama didn't let me get no acrylic nails when I was 12. That's just me. I'm old-fashioned that way. You know what I'm saying? But I really would much rather them take those resources and let's help bridge the gap. Let's help these children and the parents, help them figure it out so that everybody walks away with the right resources and in the right mental state. You know what I'm saying? I think it's abuse to take them to the person doing it in the basement. Let them kids go to the doctor. Right. And that's the other alternative, because I've looked at, I've looked at documentaries and stuff like that. And you hear a lot of transgender, especially the transgender women, talk about getting illegal hormones and getting illegal, breast implants and butt injections. And then we know what ends up happening with a lot of times with that. I mean, we saw it on the movie Pose. On the TV show Pose. That wasn't just a TV show. That is real life. This is the risk that we take when we go to back out. We saw K Michelle. You know what I mean? And she's not a transgender woman. She just wanted a big butt. Cardi B talked about her first breast implants were done by some little back alley situation when she was a stripper. So the alternative could be death. Just like pro-lifers don't give a damn about the people's quality. Right. They don't care about what happens to the baby when it get here. We don't care that a child might be born into an abusive relationship. We don't care. Abusive home. We don't care that the mother maybe was raped. We don't care about none of that. All we care about is no. The baby must stay. The baby must be here. The baby must live. We can't. No. Nobody care about what happens to the quality of their life once a child gets here, child. Wait a minute. What I miss? Oh, I saw what you said, L Love, about Candy Bird's child. But yeah, I had a problem with the fact that Candy allowed her daughter to get a nose job. Now, that's just me. First of all, your body has still, your face and body is not done yet. Why are we making permanent changes to something that is still moving? It's still evolving. It is still growing. Once your body is done, fine. Do whatever you want to do. It's your damn body. But to get breast implants in a situation where your body is still, your breast might get bigger. We don't know. Right, and it was a bad nose job. Well, yeah. Any man, any trans woman, I'm sorry, Sims overdose. Many trans women have died in those black. Exactly. Absolutely. Wow, that's a really interesting perspective. I had no idea the black market surgery was a thing in the absolutely, O Street. It absolutely is. I remember what's her name? Oh, now I'm not gonna remember her name. But the documentary that came on Vice a few years ago called My House, and it talked about the houses in New York. This was like during like the first season of Pose. They sort of had this over on Vice, and one of the main people they were following around, I cannot remember her name now, but you've seen her. She's been an extra on Pose, and she's a dancer, and she's a legend in the ballroom. She's legendary status in the ballroom, and I cannot think of her name right now. But she's a transgender woman, and she talked about 16 years old, running away from home, living, and she talked about getting illegal hormones. And they showed, she was showing where she bought. I mean, she didn't show the exact, but she was on the street, and she was like, "Yeah, the lady that I used to get my illegal hormones from was on this street. This is where I would come to get my hormones." Yeah. Tati, thank you, Sims Overdose. That's exactly who I'm thinking about. Thank you. Y'all, I be loving. Y'all love me. Yep, Tati. I knew It's Me D was gonna remember. Because I remember you watched it. Yep, Tati. She talked about her illegal how she got, she was 16, and again, her and her mom didn't have the best relationship, and all that kind of stuff. And I feel the way I feel, but I definitely, you just don't want to put children in that situation. I know this is off topic, but your reviews with T.S. Madison have been really educating me about the community. I had no idea. Maybe I should watch Pose as well. Yeah. Watch Pose. I'm telling you, Vice only did one season. I really wish they would have done another season, but I don't know where Vice streams. I don't know where Vice streams, but it was called My House, and they followed, it was like 5 or 6 people who walked ballroom, and they had people who, like Tati, who were legendary status, and Alex, on down to people who were newbies, had only been walking a year or so. And one of the young ladies, Lolita Leopard, she was new, and she's from DC. She was new to ballroom, and she ended up she was on Legendary, the show Legendary. She was on Legendary last season, and I was like, I remember her. Naomi hasn't had any work done. Really? Oh, okay. Precious, I love Precious, and I still follow her over on Instagram. I love Precious. Precious is an MC. She walked a little too, but she's an MC. So yeah. Anyway, it was really good. So yeah, y'all keep an eye on this. We'll keep an eye on this thing in Texas. I'm gonna send that article to El Teddy, and maybe he'll expound upon it. All right. Lil Nas X. It seems as though these streaming services are playing games with Lil Nas X. Why is my phone not charging, y'all? I hope my charger didn't just die on me. Because when I say my phone is literally about to die, it is literally about to die, and it is not charging. It is charging. Okay, my phone tripping. Y'all, they determined to make me buy a new phone. They are determined to make me buy. Now it's tripping. Now it's saying that it's charging. I don't know what's going on with my phone. We're just going to leave it right there. It's plugged in. Is my phone trolling me? It is. Well, y'all know my phone keep doing this crazy stuff because I really feel like I really feel like AT&T is like, we want you to buy a new phone. So I really feel like they playing games with me. Yeah, Jelani. I don't remember Relish. I remember Jelani. Jelani was a little cutie. I remember Jelani. Precious MC's the latex ball. Okay. I was really hoping My House would get another season, but I follow a lot of them on Instagram. I follow Tati, Alex. I don't think I follow Jelani. I follow Precious. Lolita, I follow her YouTube channel. And I've talked to Lolita a few times, like in DMs and stuff, because she's from DC. So I've talked to her a few times. I've talked, we've talked a few times on Twitter. She used to retweet my reviews, and I talked to her a few times on Twitter. Yeah, so yeah. The one thing I say when you're reviewing shows, the smaller shows like that, the people are very interactive with you. That's how this fool Markel. No, I was just playing. Because the shows like that aren't like, national, like the Married to Medicine people don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those shows, they are very open and very interactive. And also first seasons. When something is a first season, even like the first season of The Real Housewives of Dallas, a couple of them will retweet my reviews and, retweet my stuff like that. I love the Lil Nas X. So it sounds like slowly but surely Spotify and some of those other streaming services are trying to like stop streaming it. Oh, thank you so much, Molly. Thank you for coming through. I'm glad you like my reviews. Thank you so much. But it sounds like they are slowly backing away from Lil Nas X. People are having a hard time streaming the songs. And Lil Nas is saying, listen, I'm not playing. I ain't joking with y'all. Y'all better get it while you can, because it seems like they playing around with y'all a little bit. Seems like they playing around with y'all a little bit. And even Columbia Records is saying, we don't know what the problem is. We working on it. So if y'all don't already have Call Me By My Name or Montero, whatever you call it. If you don't already have that song in your library and you like the song, you might want to go ahead and, y'all might want to go ahead and check it. No, it's streaming, but it's giving people a lot of problems. There's been a lot of complaints. Xavier, you think it's another promo stunt? Well, Columbia Records tweeted out about it too. Lil Nas don't control Columbia. He said he's going to upload the song to Pornhub. I'm not doing this with Lil Nas X. I'm not doing this with him. I ain't doing this with Lil Nas. And the one thing about Lil Nas is the one thing I'll agree with is, Xavier, you really can't be sure when he's trolling, because Lil Nas is a troll. He is a troll. Okay. It may very well be I was gonna say a porno stunt. See, Xavier, no, that was Peace Love said porno. It may very well be a promo stunt. But my thing is, how much more promo do he want out the song? It ain't nothing left. They ringing that thing out. It ain't nothing left to get out that song. I mean, I don't know how much more. I don't know how much more promo he need. I mean, what more he gonna get out the song, child? Anyway, child. Anyway. Okay. 2 more stories and we out of here, y'all. Let me ask y'all this question. I saw this on the Shade Room, and I thought it was an interesting question. I said, I'm going to ask my people. What chain restaurant is low-key your jam, but Black Twitter be hating on it? What chain restaurant is low-key your jam, but Black Twitter be hating on it? I know what mine is. I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to give y'all a minute to answer the question. I know what mine is. I know what restaurant I love, but people be hating on it. They be like, oh, it ain't all that. And I'll be like, but that's my shit. Okay. Hey, what's up, Dominique? Hey, boo. Hey, C. Golden. You think he's trying to break his current record? Hey, China White. Lil Nas blocked you on IG. What did you do to Lil Nas that he blocked you? I know you know what you did. You know what you did. You heading out?
Yeah.
You buying me dinner?
Yeah.
Why you ain't have to say it that fast? You could have pretended like you was thinking about it. I would have at least pretended before I said no. So mean. So mean. I don't feel like cooking. I gotta figure out what I want for dinner. You can't say Little Baby. Markel, Olive Garden. They do be hating on Olive Garden, don't they? Burger King. Chick-fil-A comes to mind. Ruth's Chris. Black Twitter be hating on Ruth's Chris? Better not say Arby's. It's not Arby's. Cracker Barrel, Applebee's. Oh, I see a lot of Apple. Well, no, I see a couple of Applebee's. Yeah, okay, I see 2 Applebee's. For some reason, it look like a lot at one time. Why do people hate on Olive Garden? It's so unnecessary. Little Caesars. She posted bail. I thought they would deny her bail. She done posted bail. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said that shit don't impress me. That shit do not impress me. Nope. I'm not doing that with you, Abby. I'm not doing that with you. What was I getting ready to say? Last but not, and the last topic we're gonna have what mine is. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute what mine is. But the last little topic was Queen Sugar came on last night, Hunty. And we had the debate last night on Queen Sugar about black school, white school. You know, sending our children, doing whatever we have to do to send our children to the best schools, which are usually like the white schools, the prep schools, the private schools. Or can our kids thrive and still get what they need from, you know, the neighborhood schools, right? And if we keep taking our best and brightest out of the neighborhood schools, where does that leave? That's why the neighborhood schools are what they are, right? Like it's that back and forth debate. And, you know, I see both sides. As someone who's in education, I see both sides of and as someone who went to private school, I see both sides of the argument. I see both sides of the coin. But that was like the big debate last night on Queen Sugar. We have Look Blue, who has basically tested ingenious status, right? The boy is in the 4th grade and they're suggesting calculus for him, right? Based on his test scores. And he was able to get in one of the best schools in the country. And the question is, should they send him? Or should they let him stay home and go to, you know, the school there? Or even try to find a nice school, a private school in their local area. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it because school registration got you stressed. What you stressed about, baby? I went to a predominantly white private school for 2 years and hated it. My brother went there for years and was a star athlete, basketball player. Okay. Me and my sister and my brother, we all went to Catholic school. My brother went till he got kicked out. My sister and I went until we graduated. And I definitely had a different experience than my sister had. I did deal with racism from my teachers. I had my teachers, you know, in the moment I didn't, because it was microaggression. So in the moment I didn't quite see it. But of course, some of it I saw. Some of it I saw. But as an adult, I saw a lot more as I grew up than what I saw in it when I was in the moment. But there are definitely pros and cons. I think the situation, they should find best school in their city and let a child test up and out. Okay. Trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing by this 5-year. Oh my gosh, 5 years old. We stressed out about school already, but you have to be. See, Golden, I'm not sure. And I don't want you to tell me here. You can email me if you want to, you know, if we want to talk offline, because I don't want you to tell me where you live and all that. I don't want you to put all your business out there like that. But I'm just trying to figure out why he needs to go all the way to the DMV. I just wanted to be with people who looked like me. Send him to a free school. I'm tired of parents paying for school. My kids are going to YouTube middle. I'm not doing that with you, Markel. I'm going to come and get my nieces or nephew. Nope, I'm coming to get my babies. They will not be going to YouTube you. There were pros and cons. When a girl called me a nigga, I had to lay hands on her, and not the holy kind I knew I had to do. Yeah, I was never called a nigga. Now that, it never got to that point, not to my face. I ain't saying it was never said about me, but not to my face. I'm for public schools if you have access to additional resources and tools. Private schools if you need access, but there should be open communication to let the child choose. Well, on the episode last night, they did. They let Blue choose. He made the decision. Now, my only thing was, I feel like the next conference, I feel like after Blue said he wanted to go, I feel like the next step should have been for him to go visit the school. I don't think a final decision should have been made until they went up to DC and they visited. And I'm going to say this. I love the fact that they actually use Sit Will Friends and they use a real school with real credentials. A lot of times, you absolutely are paying for the education part of it, but you're also paying for the connections. You're paying for who you are in school with. You are paying for the what's the word I'm looking for? The networking, right? Because I have friends who went to Sidwell Friends, and they were at Sidwell Friends when Chelsea Clinton was at Sidwell Friends. You understand what I'm saying? So you are literally, and outside of Chelsea Clinton, there are senators' children, diplomats' kids. So it's you're paying for the access to the networking that comes just even outside of the education. You understand what I'm saying? And, you're talking about when I was in high school, because I went to private high school. And like I said, I have friends that went to Sidwell Friends and Georgetown Visitation. And, I was at a private school and all that. Just the parties, when you would go to these people's houses, you were like, oh, we are not in Kansas anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes, and that doesn't mean it's okay. That doesn't mean that that's the end all be all. But a friend of mine went to a small elite private college, not like the Harvards or whatever, but a very small but elite college. And she legit went to school with people who would helipad to campus. Like they had a helipad on campus. And that's how they would come back and forth to school every day. They didn't live in the dorms. They didn't live on campus, but they took their helicopter every day to class. Like that's the kind of shit that we're talking about. Is the education better? Not always. Not always. But like Micah said on Queen Sugar last night, the schools that I went to got me into Harvard. Not so much what I learned at those schools, but the fact that I went to those schools and I got good grades at those schools. That's what got me into Harvard. You know what I'm saying? And it gave me the choice. I grew up in a country, I grew up in a county, I think, in a predominantly white area. I did see the microaggressive racism from my teachers. They did put more of their energy behind the non-Black students as opposed to us. Mind you, my grades and tests were all the same range as the non-Blacks. I dual enrolled in college my senior year, and no one was interested in whether I wanted to further my education. Child, my counselor told my mama, one day I'm going to get my mama to talk to y'all. She don't really do social media and stuff, but I'm going to get my mama to talk to y'all. My mother is one of those people, she never has to raise her voice. She never has to use a curse word, but she can make you feel like you are 2 feet tall. She's one of those people. And I will never forget. And part of this was my fault. In hindsight, part of this was my fault. But I test well. I have always tested well, right? I'm one of those people that can sit down, take a test, and I might not know shit. I might not have read the book. I might not have studied, but I could test well. So I went to this, like I told you, I went to Catholic school all the way through. So when it was time for me to start applying for high schools, we had to take an entrance test, right? My test scores on my entrance exam were through the roof. I mean, through the roof. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but they were through the roof. So they put me in classes based on my test scores. So at the end of first quarter, freshman year, I was fucking up. Period. It was me. I got to high school and lost my mind. Okay. I got to high school. I was going to parties every weekend. I was going to the go-go's every weekend. I was enjoying my high school experience. All right. So it wasn't all the school. Some of it was on me. Okay. But I remember my mom went in. We had a meeting with my guidance counselor. And I remember my guidance counselor talking about community college. Now, community college doesn't get the rap that it used to get. But back when I was in school, 5,000 years ago, community college was looked at as, oh, well, if you can't do nothing else, you go take a couple of classes at the community college just to make it, Now people encourage you to go to community college because college has become so expensive, and you can go to community college for a few years and transfer over. Like now you got valedictorians going to community college. But back then, that's not the stigma of community college, right? So my mama was like, yeah, no, that's not an option. No, ma'am. And are you telling all of the kids who didn't do so well first semester of their freshman year of high school, maybe they should think about community college? I mean, she was like, my daughter has three years and a whole 3/4 of her high school career left. And you're telling me that she's a failure? Like we're done? That's it? That's all? And so then she pulls out my test scores and she shows my mother my test scores because my mother said, well, she's struggling in some of her classes, which I was. Because I had tested so well, they put me in classes that I wasn't ready to take. For example, they put me in advanced algebra. Bitch, I had never taken algebra. I had taken like a couple of months of pre-algebra. Like I'd never been good at math. They put me in like advanced algebra. My mother was like, and so they pull out these test scores and they were like, well, she tested here, she tested here, she tested here. My mother was like, that's great, but I'm going to need you to change her class because this isn't working for her. You know what I mean? And so I think sometimes we have to look at that as well. And so we have to be very mindful of, and that's what I'm saying with that microaggression. She was ready to put me in community college. My freshman year of high school, she was going to put me in community college. My brother went to private school. I went to public school. We have vastly different educational experience. He went to MIT. I went to a HBCU. Yeah, I remember when your brother was at MIT, hunty. Also, the name of the school brings a very big when it comes to applying to college. Absolutely. My experience growing up in this area coupled with a different world was the reason I made the decision to attend a HBCU. Yeah, I absolutely was going to go to a HBCU. I applied to non-HBCUs, but I never had any intention. I never wanted to go to anything but a HBCU. But it had a lot to do with a different world, too. And the fact that, I was Black and woke in high school. I was power to the people in high school. Anyway, I think they should have done a visit and let Blue stay. Yeah, that's what I think. I absolutely think Keep It Cute. There should have been a visit to the school. And I think he should have lived with his grandmother because remember, there's more to this equation than him just going to this school. He's going to be living away from home with a woman he don't know. He don't know that woman. I think that, yeah. I know this is fictional, but I worry about Blue going to a school like that. Why? Why, Likala? Many times it's about who you know, not what you know. Absolutely. And those schools give you access to the who you knows. I also think it depends on which neighborhood that you live and what your neighborhood schools are. Absolutely. Because some neighborhood schools are absolutely fine. Other neighborhood schools leave a lot to be desired. Let's just be honest. Let's just call a thing a thing. I was bending corners. Well, I was bending corners on what? Sounds like my mom. Child. Nobody wanted to go to community. Right. Community college had a very negative stigma on it. Yes, really be, especially when you go to prep schools and the student guidance counselor is talking about community college. It's almost like talking about the show. Right. And I mean, like my parents were paying the same tuition that everybody else's parents were paying. And I promise you what I knew. I wasn't the only one that was struggling my freshman year. Some of my white counterparts that I was cool with got the same fucking grades I had. I promise you they did. All my cousins and I go to community college. Right. And again, it's no stigma to it now. But 20 years ago, there was a whole different stigma to community college. Even if you taught at a community college, there was a stigma to being a professor at a community college. So true. My mom wasn't having it with me going to a community college. Right. But my girlfriend, her daughter, the valedictorian from her daughter's class went to community college, had all sorts of scholarships, went to community college for 2 years and then transferred. Algebra is a waste of a subject. Well, Cam said, I wish I attended a HBCU. It wasn't until I was grown I appreciated my school's guidance counselor. Right. Me too, child. Not me too. I wish I had that because I didn't. My guidance counselors was some bullshit. I wish I wish I had done community college too, child. The high school in our neighborhood fast tracks white students to Stanford and people of color to community college. Right. And that's what it was in my case. Because in my graduating class, we had everybody in my graduating class from Harvard. You know, people had gotten into Harvard all the way down to, community college. I think the valedictorian in my class got like a couple of $1 million in scholarship offers. I think she ended up going to Duke. No. Was April the valedictorian? She was either the valedictorian or the salutatorian, and she went to Duke. She ended up going to Duke. She's an engineer now, honey. Hey, P, what's up? None of my class valedictorians completed community college. Them hoes dropped out. Damn. How you go from being valedictorian to a college dropout? That's a lot. Listen, imaginary numbers are just that. And see, because of my brain, the way my brain thinks, I couldn't wrap my brain around that shit. What you mean an imaginary what? I'm one of those people that's like, how do we know pi is always the same? How is pi always the same? No matter how big or small the circle is. I just couldn't wrap my brain around that shit. How is pi always 3.14 when the circle is big, the circle is small? I don't understand. My mother used to be like, because my mother's good in math. My mother used to be like, you don't have to understand, just do it. I'd be like, but I need to really understand. I don't understand. I just feel like I'm going to have to work this school thing like a job. As a parent, I'm ready to be well known for advocating. Absolutely. You have to. You absolutely have to be there for your child. You have to be. Let me tell y'all something. And I say this as an educator. Y'all don't have to like it. Y'all can judge me about it. Whatever. That's fine. But let me tell y'all something. When it comes to education and your child, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. The parent, the teachers that know that the parent is going to be not cussing and fussing. I'm not saying go up to the school and acting a fool. But the teacher that knows that the parent is diligent about their child's grades and is going to be questioning, respectfully questioning, but questioning what's going on, that's going to be an active participant and a partner. That child, it's a little bit extra oomph and it's a little bit extra in the sauce. Now, we ain't got to like it. We can talk about it. We can judge it. But I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. They're going to get a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt when it comes to certain things. I know good and daggone well, if I have a child whose mama is going to be emailing me as soon as I put a grade in, if that grade don't look right, please make sure I'm going to make sure that all my T's are crossed and all my I's are dotted before I put that grade in. Now, we ain't got to like it. We don't have to like it. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just giving you what I know. Markel, I used to live in Boston. I never wanted to go to a HBCU, but after living in Vegas, I wish I had done more questions. Yeah, and child, now you talk about microaggression, Lord, Boston. Whoo. All right, y'all, let's get out of here. At 8:00, I'm gonna be a little bit late, nephew, because I gotta give me something to eat. I'm about to run. I think I'm just gonna run over to the Popeyes, child. I'm about to run over here and give me something to eat, hunty. Exactly. If a teacher knows a parent is active, they treat the child differently. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna listen again. Y'all ain't gotta like it. It's crazy they're still using an educational system more than 100 years old. We do evolve. I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Till. You mean like this? Are you saying that they have not changed the education system as far as like classes and stuff? Because if that's the case, then you're absolutely correct. There definitely needs to be some curriculum overhauls. Oh yeah, growing up in Atlanta, Lord, it's an HBCU on every corner. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, we don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it, but I'm just telling you the facts. Like sometimes you just gotta take the fact. Like I had to just accept that pi is 3.14. You got to take the fact. I'm telling you, I work in education. I'm telling you what I know, and I'm telling you what I've done. Now that doesn't mean that I'm going to mistreat the next child, okay? But that does mean that if I know that ain't nobody about to sit here and call me and email me and text me and want to have a meeting, then it is what it is. But I know that parent that's going to be in my ass, I'm going to make sure. That doesn't mean that child ain't going to get the grade that they deserve. But that just means that I'm going to make sure that I crossed all my T's and I dotted all my I's before I put that grade in. That means that I'm going to make sure that I called that parent. That means that I'm going to make sure that I requested that meet. That just means I'm just going to cover the checklist. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Lamone. Hey, boo. Same thing with work. These folks who stay on hours have less issues. Thank you for a great conversation, Really B. You are going to cover the Black Lives Matter leader who's being investigated. You know what? I am. We talked about that. I talked about that a little bit on Saturday, that I need to read up on it a little bit more. Now, she's saying she ain't mishandled the money. They saying that she done bought a couple of houses since this whole Black Lives Matter thing done took off. So my question is, where you get the money from? Is it your private money? Is it money you've earned outside of Black Lives Matter? Which is reasonable. Maybe she's getting money for speaking engagements. Maybe she's writing a book and she got an advance on the book. She could be getting money other places. But the question is, I need to know where. Like, I don't understand why they introduce students to a foreign language at 15, 16, 10th grade, when students have been proven that it's easier to learn a language at a younger age. Right, Till. And so let me use this that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example of the difference between that public school education and going to like a prep school or a private school, right? There are schools that are language immersion. We have French language immersion, Chinese language immersion, all of that, where kids are taught from kindergarten. Full classes in French, full classes in Chinese, and it is a full immersion program. But that is an advantage that you get at, like, I've seen charter schools that are set up like that. I've seen private schools that are set up like that. I've never seen a public school set up like that. That doesn't mean that they can't. I'm just saying I've never seen it. I've seen charter schools, but I've never seen, and that doesn't mean, I've never been to every school in every part of the United States, okay? But in my years of education in the area where I live, now I've seen charter schools. I interned at a charter school where the second graders either took French or Spanish. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. They're different things. And even though I'm not a fan of charter schools, not all charter schools are bad. I'm just not a fan of the concept. Language is huge here. My son has been signing since third grade. Oh, wow. That is great. A friend of mine, she's a psychiatrist. And she went to Gallaudet. For those of you who don't know, Gallaudet is it's a college here in DC for the hearing impaired. So you have mainly deaf students. There are people who want to become very proficient in American Sign Language that go there. And she got her PhD in she's a psychiatrist, which is a doctor, But she also went to Gallaudet and she got her degree in and so that's her mainly her private. I forgot what her degree from Gallaudet is in, but that is her main practice. Is that she now her practice? She's one of those people that can offer services to people who are hearing impaired or deaf. And I was like, I never thought of no shit like that. Like, this was years ago when we were still in our early 20s. Like, she went straight. She got her undergraduate degree, and she was in a dual program, getting a degree from Gallaudet and also finishing up her to become a psychiatrist. I ain't never thinking no shit like that. I said, now you have created a situation where you have a very specialized practice, because now you have tapped into a whole different population that is probably very underserved. If you're hearing impaired and you need or would like to go to a therapist or even need to go to a therapist. As her older sister daughter is in the French school, And they are from Sierra Leone, so their kids will speak a total of 4 languages. Really amazing. Yeah, and languages are very important. Y'all know we're the only country that our ignorant asses here in the United States. Most countries they learn 2 or 3 languages. We're the only ignorant, backwards ass country that doesn't stress foreign language. I teach International Baccalaureate Crispies. That's one of my I teach that. Crispies is one of my educators as well. If you move that hair back one more time, I'm gonna come through this screen. My son started taking foreign language in elementary school. It's very much allocated resources because my little cousin goes to a school that specifically deals with children who have dyslexia. They don't write. Their work is done verbally. Okay, you guys, drop It's Me D's link one more time because we're about to get off of here for real. Drop It's Me D's link because I'm about to be over there in about 15-20 minutes. I'm about to run over here to the Popeyes. I'm about to run over to the Popeyes and get me a good old 2-piece. And I'm gonna head on over there. We're gonna watch. We're gonna be watching Masked Singer over there, honey. Right? Imagine me at 15, 16, goofing off, not thinking about a foreign language. I looked at like I have 2 years left, and I'm about to get my license. Where's the party? Right, child. You ain't lying about that. That's amazing because the deaf community feels very alienated. Exactly. I mean, I didn't even think about it until she said it. Like I said, we were like 20-some years old, and she was young thinking like that. And so, of course, she's very, and what she was able to do was create a partnership with Gallaudet because she went to Gallaudet. She's an alumni. And so she's been able to create a partnership with Gallaudet. The literacy rate in Costa Rica is 97%. They're required to speak 2 additional languages. Child. The only ones, right. I'm about to go get me a good old 2-piece and a biscuit, honey. All right, y'all, let me get ready to get out of here. So thank y'all for being here. Now, let me tell y'all what mine is. So I got 2 restaurants that Black Twitter, and it ain't just Black Twitter. People just be giving me a hard time and be looking their noses down on, and I don't see the problem with. First is Cracker Barrel. If y'all know me, y'all know I love me a good Cracker Barrel. That pancake breakfast is everything. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care whether y'all like it or not. I don't know why y'all be judging me on the fact that I love my Cracker Barrel, okay? I love me some Cracker Barrel, okay? My second restaurant that people be dogging out and they be acting like it's low class and shit, and I saw a couple of people say it in the chat, it's the Cheesecake Factory. Why y'all be cutting up on the Listen, the Cheesecake Factory got a 30-page menu. If you can't find nothing to eat at the Cheesecake Factory, I don't know what to tell you. And let's be clear, I don't even like cheesecakes, but I like that French vanilla cheesecake that they got, or that banana cream pie cheesecake. I will fuck it up. That banana cream pie cheesecake, I'll fuck it up every time. I don't know why I've heard people be talking about Cheesecake Factory like it ain't shit. I'm like, Cheesecake Factory got some good food. I don't know what people talking about. But yeah, Cracker Barrel and the Cheesecake Factory, you can find. Listen, I'm always down. I'm always ready to go to one of them 2 places. Always. I mean, it ain't Arby's, so you good. Listen, I have had Arby's twice in probably the last 10 years. I actually ate Arby's for the first time in a long time. I had Arby's when I was on my way. When I went on my way to Atlanta, I stopped at Arby's on my way down the road. Because it's an Arby's at the rest stop where I ended up stopping. And I was like, I ain't had Arby's in a long time. Let me go over here and check out this Arby's. And then I remember why I had Arby's in a long time. All right, y'all. Let me get off of here. Thank y'all for being here. Please, on your way out, if you haven't hit that like button, please, if you are not subscribed, go on and hit that subscribe button. Come on over here. We be over here all the time, having a good time, talking, laughing, joking, doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little yang here, a little yang there. And I will see y'all on the other side. Mwah. Peace.